One of the things that appealed to me the most about Advocate's offering was really the fact that they are going to be with us every step of the way for all the different phases of construction. There are a multitude of professionals that we're going to touch our project. And my wife and I, since this was our first time of building a luxury home, we really needed somebody that we trusted in order to kind of walk us through the various phases and ultimately feel like we had someone in our corner to educate us. Educate us about here's what's coming up, here are the things you need to consider. We're going to help you identify not only the best professionals, but also make sure that they're understanding exactly what you're looking for, that the pricing that goes along with that is on point and on budget. And where we could save money along the way. I think those are also things that, again, this is a big undertaking, and when you are not aware of every single stage, all the different considerations, you're not going to get a full scope of that education from any of the individual professionals that you're working with. So, having Advocate, their services are really, I think, catered to representing us in every single phase with every single professional. And so to me, that was like super, super attractive. And it just kind of gave us peace of mind. It's like, oh, I don't have to try to learn real quick what I need to know about this phase from a bunch of different resources and hope that I was right in what I understood about it. So someone who's experienced, like the Advocate team was, that could really just sit us down and have, conversations about what we were going through, what we should expect, what we needed to focus on in our own time, and what we didn't have to focus on in our own time. That clarity really helped us, I think, have a much more enjoyable conversation.
My name is Brooke Wilson, and my husband and I found a house/lot in Paradise Valley. It was a 1980s build that was orange and low ceilings, kind of looked like a castle, but it had a tremendous view. The great thing is we had Advocate come and give us an idea of what it could be. And that's where it got really exciting. We could see what we could do with this just house that needed so much help, but had these just tremendous views.
For our construction projects, there are a number of ways in which Advocate added value. Now, one way is cost, in terms of cost savings, but value is really so much more than just cost, especially for a busy professional like myself. It's knowing that I can delegate responsibility and authority to the Advocate team to take care of a number of different issues along the way, whether it's making decisions, whether it's answering questions, interacting with the builder or other members of the construction team, and knowing that it's going to be done in a responsible way. It's that trust component. It's like having a friend in the industry, someone that you can say, okay, you're going to take care of this for me. I don't have to worry about it. I can devote my energy and my time to the better use during the day, which is my career, other things that I need to be doing professionally. I don't have to be taking part of my attention span away, devoting bandwidth to construction-related issues, unless the Advocate team thinks that it's important for me to be involved, and then I know, okay, this is a priority and I'm going to be involved, but otherwise I can focus my energy on more important things, delegate responsibility to them, and know at the end of the day the job is going to be done and done well.
I have never built anything before. We had a lot of concerns regarding cost, time out of our lives, the time to build it, how long the process would be, who we would work with. We've heard nothing but horror stories, unfortunately, from quite a few friends, and it wasn't something we initially wanted to take on. But I've always had the dream of a certain kind of home that I've wanted to do, and it was time. When we started working with Advocate, they really listened to what our concerns were, what our considerations were, what was important to us specifically, and not what their opinion would be on it necessarily, or our builder's opinion would be. And we felt very heard, and things from the budget to design to time to communication, everything has really helped make the process go so much more smooth than I could have imagined when I started.
Advocate truly cares about their clients, and they care about you even before you've committed to working with them. They get to know you, they ask you a lot of insightful questions, and they genuinely want to know what is going to make you happy through this process and what your goals are. Because of that, it really ensures that you will be happy with the end results. And if you don't use Advocate and you don't have a thoughtful team and people who also really care about what you're doing, because Advocate only recommends and works with good people. If you don't have all that, then it's more likely that you are going to have a lot of frustrations and disappointments, and potentially get to the end where your home is built and you're so frustrated from the whole process that you're exhausted and you're not even that excited to be in your house once you can walk through the doors. So in my mind, there's no question, if you have a giant project and there's potential for a lot of problems and you can avoid it by hiring Advocate, why would you not?
In working with the Advocate team, there were a few things that really stuck out. One, they wanted to make sure that we understood the process, and that was really important because not having gone through this before, it was all new to us. They were very, very attentive to, sort of time frames, making sure that that we're staying on track, that the contractors are staying on track, that the process is moving along. It's if things aren't moving, then it's costing money somewhere. And so that was really, really helpful. And then really just not making us feel that we were well taken care of, and that, that we really didn't have anything to worry about through the process, and that if we ever needed anything, they'd be there to take care of it.
Advocate definitely simplified the process. It actually gave me a process which I didn't have before, and told me how we were going to get from the beginning to the end. And it wasn't always what I wanted to hear, because it was realistic, and that's actually what I needed to hear, because I'd been given promises that just kept getting broken before. So I had a timeline, I had a budget, and we're well in 4 or 5 months into that now, and we're right. It's going so smoothly. It's a really good process now.
With Advocate, we're not getting just a return on our investment, but we're also getting a return on life, which I think to me is the most important. I can dedicate my time to the business that I run, to the family that I have, to the relationships that matter most to me. And so to me, that was something that you're not gonna find in a budget statement. You need to understand that as a client, what's most important to you, and then ultimately trust that the Advocate team is gonna fulfill that promise that they're giving you, as which I think is instrumental. It's not just, how much it costs to have this service.
If you're interested in learning more about our services and would like to connect with one of our project advocates, please reach out to us on our website, www.advocate-rca.com. And once you connect with our team, we will set you up with a senior project advocate to understand the scope of the project, what your objectives are, to see if it's potentially a fit. And if it is, then to schedule a consultation to talk about the project in great detail. Following that conversation, if a client is interested in proceeding with our services, we develop a proposal that outlines all the services that we think best fit the client's objectives, and then schedule a phone call to discuss it and to see if the client is ready and interested in proceeding.